We'd like to welcome everyone to the special meeting of the Tompkins County Legislature. Today is Tuesday, September 14th, and it is 4:32. You could all join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for the nation under God, indivisible, with freedom and justice. Thank you all. We have not received any blue cards for public comments, and no one has requested to have public comment via Zoom. We will now have a roll call. Members.
Rich John. Dan Klein.
Here.
Ian Corman.
Present.
Mike Lane.
Here.
Leslyn McBean Claiborne is asked to be excused. Dave McKenna.
Here.
Glenn Morey.
Here.
Martha Robertson has asked to be excused. Leslie Schill.
Here.
Mike Sigler has asked to be excused. Amanda Champion. Here. Deborah Dawson.
Here.
Henry Granison. Shauna Black.
Here.
9 members present.
Thank you, Kathy. We have one resolution on our agenda this afternoon from the Housing and Economic Development Committee. However, Budget has also talked about this resolution. So I am going to ask Deborah Dawson to introduce the resolution today.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move resolution A, doc ID 10326, authorizing the use of the contingent fund to support broadband expansion in the town of Newfield.
Thank you, Deborah. Can I have a second? Seconded by Annie Corman. And Deb, would you like to discuss this or would you refer to staff?
Well, I can speak to this unless Nick Holmholt would be preferred to do that because he is much more knowledgeable about this than I am.
Okay, Nick, would you like to talk a little bit about the resolution tonight?
Sure, I can give everybody a brief overview of what this is. So as you recall back earlier this year, the county began working on a broadband study, working with the Southern Tier Network and Fujitsu, looking at underserved areas throughout the county, mapping those areas. We came to a point in that study where we decided that we wanted to pause the study and reach out to the actual ISPs, internet service providers, who are currently operating in the area, to see whether or not there may be interest in expanding into these unserved pockets of the county. Because as we found in the study, these pockets were very scattered, and actually had fewer homes in them than we expected initially. So as a result of those engagements, we came across an opportunity, though, a very time-sensitive opportunity from conversations with Chuck Bartosh at Point Broadband. And he brought to our attention the fact that he had a area in mind in Newfield where he currently had some crews available working in the area that could be deployed to expand a portion of their network into an underserved segment of the county. However, to do so would require some partnership and involvement financially from the county. So we made a request for roughly 1/4 of the project cost to be provided by the county and the remainder to be provided mostly by Point Broadband, but a small portion from a federal grant as well, the Rural Digital Opportunity Fund. So this was a unique time-sensitive request, and it's because he already had a crew in the area, was actually able to reduce the overall cost of the project as well. So we brought it to the attention of our broadband working group, and have been working on this since early August to make sure that this opportunity was available and considered by the legislature, as it is a unique proposition. So we've been working with the town of Newfield, and I understand from Mike Allinger that at their most recent town board meeting, the town had committed $5,000 to the project at their most recent meeting. So this is a opportunity here to provide broadband fiber to the home internet for approximately 180 homes in the town of Newfield. So I'm happy to answer questions about this as they come up.
Thank you, Nick. Mike Blaine?
Very pleased to hear that Newfield has joined us here with a financial commitment. Does that mean we should amend this resolution down to 70,000?
That would make sense. Yeah, I think I see Mike Allinger's on the call, and he can confirm that. But I believe from everything I've heard from them so far, that's my understanding.
I would move that amendment then.
Can I have a second?
Second that.
Deborah seconds it. And let's vote on the amendment.
Do we want to see if that's friendly?
Oh, is that friendly? Yep,
Yes.
sorry, yep, okay. And any other questions? Okay, Dan?
Thanks. It's not a question, it's a comment. So I am voting yes on this, but I wanted to say something first. When the county did its first broadband project, started about 10 years ago, it took a few years to complete. It was a very successful program. It reached 90% plus of the county, but that did leave several hundred homes that were not reached by broadband. And it happens that most of those homes are in Danby, Caroline, and Newfield. And over those, let's say 8 years since the project's been done, the towns have made attempts to varying degrees to fill in those gaps. And they've met with some success, but really not a lot of success. And those of us that have been involved, and I'll just say I was more like a witness than an active participant in these projects, but I was keeping an eye on all of them. So a lot of us, including myself, came to the conclusion that this patchwork approach was not going to work, and that we needed a county-wide approach in order to solve this problem. That was one of the principles behind the county broadband study that's going on right now. And I just wanted to make sure that this vote does not say that we are abandoning that principle for two reasons. One is that, first of all, this project is a good one. It hits a bunch of homes at a relatively inexpensive cost. I'm really happy that my Newfield neighbors are going to have broadband that don't currently have it. That's excellent. But I don't think it's a model. I don't want us to think of it as a model for how we're going to solve the rest of the problem. Because we've been trying this for 8 years and it hasn't worked. It's just worked in a few neighborhoods. And second of all, this principle is really important, that just like electrification and landline phone service and maybe some other things you could argue, maybe even like roads and bridges, it's better to spread the cost out over a lot of people. So the problem with taking this little piece of Newfield out is that it's relatively inexpensive to build broadband out to. What that means is it's going to make it more expensive for the rest of the unserved pockets. So again, I am going to vote for this. I'm going to support it, but I just wanted to make it clear that to me, and I hope to other people, this is not a sign that this is the solution going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Any other questions or comments? Deborah Dawson?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Thanks for the update, Nick. I know that one of the issues that arose at BCP was a concern that there were other bidders, apparently 2 of them, one of whom wasn't interested in this particular group of homes. But the third potential bidder was Spectrum. And I know that we've given them more than enough time to respond, and I just wanted to be sure that we still hadn't heard from them.
That's correct. Still no response from Spectrum. My understanding is they're still preparing a proposal, but that they were not at the time interested in competing against what was being considered.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? Okay, let's vote on this resolution with the amendments. We'll do a roll call.
Dan Klein,
Yes.
Ann Corman,
Yes.
Mike Lane,
Yes.
Dave McKenna,
yes,
Glenn Moran,
Yes.
Leslie Shill,
Yes.
Amanda Champion,
Yes.
Deborah Dawson,
Yes.
Shauna Black,
Yes.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
Great, that passes. Thank you very much, Nick and Megan, for coming tonight. Thank you all, my colleagues, for showing up this evening. We will have another meeting at 5:30. If I could have a mover to adjourn this meeting. Moved by Amanda, seconded by Deborah Dawson. And all those in favor?
I see a hand up. Dave McKenna, did you have something you wanted?
yeah, I'd just like to thank Chuck for the opportunity for folks in Newfield to have this service. Very generous of him to get it going and help organize it. So, and thanks to all the staff that worked on it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all. That's all.
Great, thanks, Dave. I think we might have another hand.
Mr. Ellinger.
Hello, Mr. Ellinger.
Yes. Hello. On behalf of Newfield, I'd like to thank the Chamber for passing this and supporting us in this effort. It means a lot to us. This is one of the larger unserved areas and will make a big difference to about 180 households. So we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
We're glad to be part of this, and I hope this helps a lot of your families. Thank you all. Let's do a call to adjourn. Oh, we don't have to do one. The boss says no. Okay, we're adjourned. 5:30.